This is a story entitled Master Yu. It is about divine friendship and a devotee's sweet surrender and final liberation. There once lived a venerable elder who went by the name of Master Yu. Master Yu lived in a small hillside village with one main road that passed along the local marketplace. His agility and mobility had long ago begun to wane. He had pain in his left foot, walked with a severe limp, and had trouble lifting his right arm above his shoulder. His wife had passed away long ago, and he had no children or grandchildren in which to find delight. He spent his time in quiet reflection and meditation, and at other times meandered up and down the main road of the village, or sat in the shade of a sprawling willow tree next to the stream that flowed in two directions. Master Yu loved God, and God loved Yu. And from time to time, the people of the village would hear him speaking aloud to himself and to God. He would comment on his own actions and chide God for the mixed up world he had created. And every afternoon, just as the sun disappeared over the forested ridge and the village slowly succumbed to the mountain shadows, he would walk up and down the middle of the road, challenging and lovingly provoking his dearest friend. "Who do you think you are, you big clod?" he would often say. "Whatever you do and whatever happens, I am prepared to deal with it. So send me your best shot, you big clod." God would listen in silent and knowing amusement and watch Yu as he walked up and down the village road, rest under the willow tree, and cast his empty and amusing challenges in his direction. The people of the village began talking about Master Yu and wondered what would happen to him as he continued to grow older and more unpredictable. To those who looked from the outside, he seemed to be set in his strange and simple ways. Yet nothing seemed to bother him, as he happily determined to continue his fully satisfactory routines of walking, sitting, and challenging God. One day, Master Yu told God that he was intrigued by the changes in the world that were not really changes, and that he was growing tired with the passage of time that never really passed. "Send me another challenge," he would often say. And because Master Yu loved God and God loved Yu, God would always answer his prayer. So he would send challenge after challenge. And 3 days after his most recent request, God did indeed send a massive test. When Master Yu woke up after a brief nap under the willow tree, he found that his legs looked like the branches of a cherry tree, and that his eyes refused to recognize separate forms. Master Yu crawled to the trunk of his beloved willow tree and slowly struggled to his feet. "I see you have again met my challenge, you big clod," barked Master Yu as he looked upward towards the darkening sky. "But I am still standing, as you can see, and will remain unperturbed by whatever stratagems and mischief you choose to visit upon me," he said. The people who were committed to the well-being of the village and its inhabitants were worried. They watched as Master Yu traipsed up and down the main village road. He appeared to be oblivious to his surroundings and was barely able to stand upright. Apart from his deteriorating condition, they wondered why he sat in the same uncomfortable location day after day, and why he would always challenge God and call him the big clod. Year after year after year, they had urged him to come to the temple and forsake his strange and austere ways. But you loved God, and God loved you. So he refused to listen to anything they had to say and continued to place his trust and faith in the one he endearingly referred to as the big clod. Because you really, really loved God, and God really, really loved you. Then on one unique and memorable day, when the clouds remained on the southern horizon, and the sun refused to drop below the mountain ridge, and the wind began to blow her soft, caressing breeze through the leaves and branches of the willow tree, Master Yu heard a voice from within himself ask, "You, what are you doing? And when are you coming home?" Master Yu laughed aloud for some time, and then answered in a soft yet knowing voice, "What am I doing, you ask? As if you don't know. I am waiting for you to do something spectacular, you big clod." And in final, definitive answer to Yu's benign challenge, God decided the time had come to throw out his special line. And as he did, he took firm hold of Master Yu with his golden hook and began to reel him into himself. Master Yu's mangled body wriggled and wriggled and blew in the wind like a rag doll until he finally lost all his remaining doubt and resistant energy. He lost his challenging and separate voice and victoriously relinquished himself into the one. And the people who were able to see were struck with awe and wonder. Later, all the families of the village held a great going home celebration for the most elder of their village. And all they could talk about was how much you loved God, and most assuredly, how much God loved you.